What's up, everybody? Chris, the English teacher, here again. Today, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what to do when you're having a conversation with somebody and you're thinking about that word, and it's right here, but you just, it's right there, but you can't remember what it is, or you don't know exactly how to communicate that idea. So I'm going to give you guys a few tips. Now, in my English classes, when I'm having one-on-one classes with my students, sometimes they'll be like on their phone and they are telling me a story and they say, "Oh yeah, teacher, yesterday I went to hold on. I went to the mall and we bought some, hold on, some sweaters. Yeah, we bought some sweaters. Sorry, I had to translate. You guys might think it's okay to do this, and sometimes it is okay to do this when you're like at home or something like that, but when you're having an actual conversation with somebody, especially face to face, it's not always appropriate. It makes us feel like you're distracted, you're thinking about something else, you're on your phone. So I'm going to give you 6 points that you can use when you are like, it's right there, but you can't remember that word that you want to say. Number 1, act it out. If you can like see it in your mind, then you can probably act out the action or something like that. So for example, if I say like, "Oh, yesterday I was on my and then the other person might say, "Oh, your laptop or your computer," and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that thing." You just act it out. You pretend like you are doing an action where the other person can help you out, and they can say, "Oh, you mean a computer, or you mean the car, or the phone," something like that. Use your actions. Actions speak louder than words sometimes. Another way, number 2, that you can help the other person understand what you mean is to use examples. So, for example, let's say I want to go to, that place that has all these different stores, and like it's a really big place and a lot of people go there on the weekend. It's not supermarket, but you go there to buy clothes and things like that. Here, the other person is probably going to say, "Oh, do you mean the mall?" Yeah. So using different examples or trying to describe the word in a different way can help your listener understand what you mean. Another way, number 3, that you can help your listener understand what you mean is to use brand names. Like if you cannot remember the word for the thing, you can just say, like, for example, if you sneeze and then that stuff comes out of your nose and you're like, "Oh, excuse me, do you have a Kleenex?" Here, the brand name for those things is Kleenex, and we call them tissues. So they'd be like, "Oh, do you mean a tissue? Yeah, here you go. There's one." So using brand names or specific names of things can help your listener understand. Number 4, fill in the blank. For my students who have a lot of academic classes, you're probably familiar with this exercise when you're writing, but you can also do it when you are speaking to other people. So for example, if I say, not Tuesday, not Wednesday, but Thursday, right? So it's kind of like you're involving your listener, and they're like, "Oh, you mean this word," and they'll help you out. They'll give you that word that you can't remember. Number 5 is use your surroundings. Surroundings basically means like things that are close to you. So if you can point at it, if you can pick it up and show the person what you're talking about, then they'll give you the word. So for example, if I don't know the word for this thing, I can just point at it and be like, oh, this. And then I'll be like, oh, you mean a wind chime? This is called a wind chime. And number 6, finally, we have use anecdotes. Now, what in the world is an anecdote? An anecdote is a fancy way of saying like a personal story. So for example, if I cannot remember the word cookie, and I'm talking to my friend and I say, oh, do you have any more, gosh, what's the name of that food that me and you were eating yesterday? You know, it's a sweet food. You ate 5 of them and I only ate 2. The other person will be like, oh, cookies? And I'd be like, oh yeah, cookies. Yeah, that's what I meant. So, one more time. If you can't remember the word, you can, number 1, act it out. Use your actions. Be fun with it. They'll help you out. Number 2, use examples. Use other words that you know to describe what you're talking about. Number 3, use specific names. If somebody has created something, they usually have like a brand name, like Kleenex or Toyota or Apple, things like that. That will help your listener get a better idea of what you're talking about. Number 4, fill in the blank. If you know all the other words, but it's just that last word that you can't remember, say all those other words and then leave that part blank. So, I want to do some exercise, so I'm going to go to the gym. The other person will help you out. They'll give you that word that you can't remember. Number 5, use your surroundings. So things around you. If you can't remember, point at it, pick it up, show it to them, and they'll say, oh, you mean the chair, or the tree, or the wind chime. Number 6 is use anecdotes. So use your personal stories. It works even better if it's a story that you share with the other person, or an experience that the other person will recognize. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like and comment, share this video, do all that stuff. If you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments, and I will do my best to respond. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.